Hi everyone. Hello Internet. Another topic that we're going to be talking about in relationship to crowdfunding is the type of campaign you want to run, the type of ask that you want to set yourself up for, and what you want to promise in return. In the crowdfunding overview, we've already talked about the fact that crowdfunding is an excellent way of providing customer acquisition and does not necessarily need to promise a completed product in return for a contribution or donation or a campaign donation. I'm going to show you an example of an $84 crowdfunding campaign that I consider to be reasonably effective, and in some ways more effective than another campaign which generated $109,000 Canadian, but also engendered a lot of hostility and was a real black mark and an embarrassment on the company that sponsored the campaign. You folks watching this video, my potential clients or other people just interested in crowdfunding, please, in your campaigns, be realistic. Choose reasonable and achievable goals. Don't bite off more than you can chew. And don't promise something that you're not sure you can deliver. Don't look at crowdfunding platforms as strictly and only a pre-ordering mechanism. That's the wrong way to look at these platforms, and it's led a lot of people into very disappointing outcomes.
Folks, there's a number of reasons why I chose this particular crowdfunding campaign, as a good one to emulate. But the main reason is because he asked for very little money and yet did a little bit of minimal customer discovery, which is a really important aspect of inventing that a lot of inventors and entrepreneurs don't understand. Crowdfunding platforms like Kickstarter, Indiegogo, and many others are excellent opportunities for performing customer discovery and finding people with similar interests to what you're designing that are in a position they would potentially pay for your products. That's an important feature that a lot of inventors neglect. Now, the campaign had a goal of only $75, and they got $84. They got 6 backers. Now, who knows, but those all may be plants or shills that happen to know the individual that funded the campaign, started the campaign. Nonetheless, I like introducing to everybody that you can do a crowdfunding campaign for as little as $75. Maybe less than that for all I know. But the point of that is not that you're necessarily going to make a lot of money from it. You shouldn't think about crowdfunding as a mechanism for making money. You should think about crowdfunding as a mechanism for finding customers. And there's a big difference. Now, in this case, the individual that did it did some things that I have to admit I disagree with. One, every single pledge involves receiving a product, so it's pre-selling. As stated, I am somewhat against that. I don't think that this is the right medium for that. But one of the things I do respect is the quality of the pictures. It's very clear what the product is and does. Not difficult at all. And the explanation is pretty good. Here's how it works. The pictures are reasonable. Now, I disagree always that they did not make a frequently asked question, and I also wish they would have done more than 2 updates. But for $75, it's actually what I consider to be a reasonably effective campaign and successful. Made a little bit of money, made some costs back, and also did a little bit of customer discovery. Not much. I'm sure he would have liked more. One of the other things I'm going to show is that they made a decent video, and it appears this individual is between 9 and 13 years old.
You want to leave a...
I consider video explaining what the product is and what it does essential. Any crowdfunding campaign that does not have that, to me, is asking for trouble and is likely to be an unsuccessful campaign. So here's a crowdfunding campaign that I thought would be a good one for my clients to emulate. Again, for the purpose of customer discovery, not for revenue and making money. And also, that it has several reasonable features. It's got a decent video. It's not a complex product, but they do go to the trouble of making sure that everyone understands what the product is and what it does. A lot of my clients don't do that and would leave us all hanging. Well, now that you've told me about it, what am I supposed to do with it? I run into that for a lot from my clients. They don't understand what being introduced to their product for the first time would look like to a person of reasonable intelligence. And they don't make it clear. Here's what it is, here's what it does, here's why it provides value. It's really important that not just a crowdfunding campaign do that, but anything to do with some type of appeal to attract attention to your invention should always do that. But it's really something that my clients struggle with a great deal. Explaining what their invention is and what it does. It can be surprisingly difficult to get my clients to provide that information. And I've already shown some examples of crowdfunding campaigns that didn't do that very well, and they failed. I like the scale of this. I like asking $75, pledged a $75 goal and making $84. I consider that perfectly reasonable. I consider this also to enhance the reputation of the person that did it, and arguably to some extent enhance the reputation of the product a little bit.
Thanks for watching. Let me know any other topics you want me to discuss. This YouTube channel is to help you. This is for information. I want to hear from you and I want to know what things are on your mind.